Then I'm gonna change things. I'm up at Carmichael's trying to get on the same page. I heard about the rapper that you claim was a mainstay. They had a nice run, but they never gonna maintain because they don't love it. 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 Why would I hold a man for ransom when my scope like Richard Branson? Since the basement making anthems over seasons with the man in black is seasoned with my patterns. Pretty girl, she think I'm handsome. Just coasting through these matches. I'm not bossing, I'm advancing. Keep it moving, trying to be on before below. Wanna be intimate with soul, explode this war before I go. And that's some hours in my face way. Now it's like work for 10K all cause it is 10 gamers. Been insane in the membrane since them days where we raved for 3 days and 4 nights and took them red-eye flights. Hot straight off the plane and through the back door of the place. Then I head down stage, they be like, see the crowd going air, they be like. So I step down stage, they be like, ooh yeah. See the crowd going air, they be like. Courageous, raised by some Zulu lions, taught to seek dangers, brave and defiant, boy, the Lord was doing favors, blaze through the fire, yeah, we had a few, lost a few wages, still coming rampant, misbehaving, flavors, still coming anti-up, rebelling with my ravers, still don't give a about who be the latest, can't be locked up in them cages, start living up to what the you think a day is. But hey, what about it? So I stepped on stage, they were like, see the crowd going air, they were like. So I stepped on stage, they were like, ooh yeah. See the crowd going air, they were like. Oh yeah.
Stop, here we go, bucket off the pick and roll. Shit, gotta go, we don't move, it's scary.
Last time a shed a tear, that when Prince died. Cause if we rockin', then you know we rockin' like a Slipknot. See, this ain't basketball at halftime. We on switch sides. She thinks she love me, but she fell in love with my rich side. I got it for less, flip that, then I got on a check. Dispatch, then we go on a race. Switch it up if that other place. Mix it up, got a lot on my plate. Got the broccoli and cheese with the beef on the side. This ain't no regular steak. No one wrong way, richer than me. This ain't up for debate. You gotta love. Maybach, lay back, matte black, just to on your truck. Now I'm in the AMG with the all black tint. They don't know it's me, but they got a little hint. How you worry about it when you can't pay rent? I've been there. Lago and Bowie, I went there. Off of MLK, used to live there. Basketball on the tier, used to win there. Up in the cell at 17. Back in jail with no bail at 19. Up the road with the life is at 20. Made my first 100,000 at 23. Now who is he or who is she to speak on my name when you ain't me? Why these talking I'm overseas? Biggie Smalls when I move it was all a dream. Keep on talking and pump me up. Call me lucky, I guess I got dummy luck. Give it a play and then this time, better believe we gon' it up. Hey, he might snitch on YouTube. Say that you was up and put that on YouTube. Why you always rapping about it that you do? Why you always rapping about it that you do? Hey, if it's up like that, it's up like that. If it's up like that, it's up like that.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one, as it'll be the Mounties of Melbourne taking on the Baltimore Ravens. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
They begin the drive with Williams. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 29-yard line.
Again, it's Williams. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. When you look at this defense, they're currently 21st, Charles, in the NFL against the run.
And the focus now is making sure that they're hitting on all cylinders as they head into the playoffs. And that means they've got to stop the run better, because playoff football often means running football. So they've got to be prepared for that.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. From the gun on 3rd down, Howell. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Stroud. That's going to be caught. Touchdown. Jackson Smith-Njigba. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Mounties are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces, to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag, and that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Doolin, the man in motion. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now a give up the middle to Williams. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd
Powell.
and 4.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And they will take over 1st and 10.
First down and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Stroud wants to change it up with an audible. First carry now for David Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You look at this Baltimore defense. They find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And
too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Stroud on 3rd down now. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. Stroud now on 4th down. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And after a nice gain, they don't need the penalty. They'll decline it, take the ball where the play resulted. First and 10, it's Stroud. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So nothing doing there, and that will bring up 2nd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
Here's 2nd and 10. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Again, it's Stroud. And this is caught at the 8. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Going up the gut, Montgomery. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
Brought down just shy of the goal line. A gain of 7 brings up 2nd and
Montgomery. Touchdown.
David Montgomery.
Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Moody good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0.
Mounties 14. Ravens nothing.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second down and 4. They run it again with Williams. Broken tackle. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 44 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. The Ravens at 500 at 6-6. And they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well, because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. Waddle, the motion man, right. On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll go down at the 28. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. On the counter, here's Williams. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Howell throwing on 3rd down here. And that one too wide and incomplete.
And prior to the game, their ability to move the chains, pick up 1st downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
Elliott on for the field goal. A 45-yard attempt.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. They'll take over 1st down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Down the sideline he goes. And touchdown. De'Ami Brown, his first touchdown on the year. And the Mounties are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now it's the backup Darnold. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The offense on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Darnold. He'll let this go deep for Waddle. That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 56 yards.
So often we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. To throw is Darnold. And he rifles one incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone.
Winds down.
The game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get one play before the 2-minute warning. Play action. It's Darnold. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And now another one thrown incomplete. Really solid coverage from the current NFC Defensive Player of the Week. Also had an interception in that game a week ago.
And it was fun to watch him in practice this week, wasn't it? To see how he understands spacing and when the ball's arriving, which hand to put out in front to try and knock it away. And he just exhibited it on that play.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
First down and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago, they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes. It's not about what's called from the sideline. It's about players. Who's going to make a play, make a stand, and stop this offense from doing what they've been doing?
Flushed out right. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
And that's a nice throw right there. And I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the pocket, how to get comfortable when they're doing so, and to make plays under that type of duress. That's an example of what we're seeing in the colleges delivered to the NFL.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Stroud looking to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, it's Stroud. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Hodgins in motion. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. David Montgomery as the first half is winding down. And the Mounties are able to add on to their first half lead. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
I give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and is showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may have been turned into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10. At their own 20.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively offensive. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40. A big play there just before halftime. 43 yards. Well, he currently stands 2nd in the league in rushing, and runs like that are a big reason why. Heck, runs like that might get him to 1st.
And when you've got goals in front of you, if you're 2nd and you want to be 1st, that type of running gives you something to shoot for and hopefully attain.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It'll be a 51-yard attempt. And that is no good. And the deficit will hold at 22. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And how about this line out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. And the Ravens have got it. And they've got it. They recovered it. Wait, hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
Well, this offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50. 1st and 10. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in for second half blowout material. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 38-yard line.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Well, you hate that defensively. They had him pretty well corralled, but the face mask, that obviously changes things.
Yeah, it's a bit frustrating because you feel like you did everything right. You had him stop, but the hand gets up just a little too high, and the natural inclination is to hold on, and that's going to get called every time.
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
I like his awareness in the pocket there. Nowhere to go with the football, so instead of forcing it to the sideline, he's just going to put this one into the harbor and live to fight another down without getting wet.
The throwing again is Stroud. Throwing left side, it's complete. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down. Another good throw there in what has been a strong rookie season to this point, Charles, as he now has surpassed the 3,000-yard mark with that last completion.
And just think, he's been forced to learn on the job here in his 1st year. Normally, veterans talk about, hey, I've got the answers to the test before the game even begins. But this guy's taking the test with every throw, with every game. And so far, he's passing with flying colors.
Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Check match, check match.
They'll run for it with Montgomery. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. David Montgomery, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 19 on the year. And the Mounties are able to add on to that lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this.
Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
At their own 40-yard line.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
60 Bobcats, 6 Warriors, 70. 19 tight, 19 tight. Go.
The 2nd down throw now from Stroud. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Well, sometimes despite the best planning, the defense actually has a plan as well, and they blanketed everyone on that play. They were able to close it down and spill him for a loss.
3rd and 12.
19 Lions. Ready.
Stroud. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Stroud's pass intercepted. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. After the interception, here's Darnold. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
That's good for a Baltimore Raven. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
They'll give to Williams, running right. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. And they're going to speed things up here.
13-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Doolin, the man in motion. The play fake, and it's Darnold rolling to his right. And his throw here's incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Ashton Doolin from 13 yards out. And the Ravens get a bit closer. Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll cut the lead down now to 22.
Set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Another day in the eye.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. And he is going to lose yardage here. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Stroud now on 3rd and 2. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
1st down, here's the run with Montgomery. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Ravens' 34-yard line.
And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Throwing now is Stroud. This short throw caught by Goddard. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Ayuk going to go in motion right. And they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. That's complete out left to Ayuk. Touchdown! Brandon Ayuk, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Mounties look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Moody good with the extra point. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone.
Arrington Evans on the return. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. On 1st down, it's Darnold. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big. They just sent their receivers out, let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in this stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a major criticism at all because you had to try it. What you're hoping for is one of your athletes out-athletes everyone else and makes a dramatic play.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. Call that a gain of 11.
Here we go.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Mounties.
Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Nine-yard line, 2nd and 6.
Pass to 60. Set. Tempo. Set.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock. So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. 4th down, Stroud going to try to throw for it. And it's caught. Touchdown. Brandon Ayuk with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Mounties are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Mason. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Darnold wants to change it up. On the ground again, it's Mason. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. 4th down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. That's to his running back, complete. And he is going to have a Ravens first down as they'll wind up getting the yards they needed on 4th and 3. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they run. It's Mason. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. This 2nd and 4. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Now Mason. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. Well, they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start. And pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the 4th quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Brandon, at some point, these defenders absolutely absolutely have to say, we've just got to make a stand. We've had enough of this.
Giving up a lot of points in this game, but looked better on that play. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. Montgomery, they'll run for it. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. But that had to catch this defense by surprise. 4th and goal from that far back. I mean, I was thinking pass. Were you thinking pass, partner?
I certainly was, but to me, what a sign of a great coach who knows that he's in tune with his team, because sometimes you got to zig when people are expecting you to zag. He calls for the run there and expects them to execute, and they get it done.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
Bring it back. Let's bring it in.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This